Hey, what's up world? It's Josiah with Cooked on a Feeling here with another video. One of my 200 subscribers, shout out to all you guys, you're the best, thank you, wants to know exactly what to do when you start on this diet. So I know it can be super confusing because when I started on this diet, I was like, okay, gluten, sugar, dairy, those are the main food groups in life. So what am I gonna do? Starve, probably. So I'd walk into the grocery store and I'd just be totally overwhelmed. What is food? How do you cook it? What do you do with it? And all that jazz. So today I'm gonna take you grocery shopping with me. I used to go to the grocery store with my mom and she would always buy me a chocolate milk. That's why I would go with her. I'm not gonna buy you any chocolate milk, but I will tell you what you can put in your body that isn't gonna hurt. That's kind of nice, right? Basically, we're gonna take a loop through the store. I'm gonna tell you how many vegetables I get, how many meats, how many sides, even some necessities that you definitely need in your pantry for cooking. If you're not a big chef or you've never cooked before, don't worry. Cooking is actually really easy. There's just a few little principal things you have to learn along the way. And as you learn them, you're gonna get better and better. I promise you, it's not as hard as it looks, and it's super fun because you can be creative and kind of add your own twist on things once you learn how to do it. All right, you ready to roll? Let's get on out of here. Woohoo! Cause it's shopping time. Oh yeah. All right, here we go. This is the busiest Walmart in the world, allegedly. We're right here in Orlando, Florida, so all these Disney goers and vacationers pop in here before their big trip. So that being said, bear with me as we struggle through these aisles. Let's get on in there and see what one eats. Yeah. It's shopping time. Hate to disappoint you, but you're not going to be able to hear the squeaky wheel or the screaming kids during this video, unfortunately. I decided to voice over so you can better hear what I'm trying to say and explain. Hey guys, I'm up here. So first stop is gonna be lemons and limes. I like to get 2 or 3 of each to last me the week. What you wanna do is give them a little bit of squeeze. You wanna have a little bit of a give to them, but not too much. If they're super squishy, then basically they're about to go bad. But if they're too hard, you're not gonna get any juice. Onions, on the other hand, aren't gonna give you any juice, but I do like to give them a little bit of a squeeze to make sure they're not mushy or whatever. I don't know, I like squeezing stuff, sue me. Then over here, as you can see by my gently guiding open palm, are some fresh tomatoes. I typically buy these in a can, and they last longer, they're cheaper, but it is nice to have a fresh tomato on hand. Whipping on over to the vegetable aisle, I do like to get 2 or 3 vegetables to last me the week. There's all kinds of things you can get. I have a killer Brussels sprout recipe, so I'm gonna grab a bag of these, and I'm gonna post a short on how to make those later this week, so stay tuned. I also like to get some peppers. Those aren't veggies, but they do go really nicely in a lot of the foods we're gonna be cooking today. Cash money, LeBron. Also, I like to get zucchinis, yellow or green. Those sizzle up really nicely. I have a really cool recipe that literally makes them taste like candy. You gotta try it to believe it. Come on down here to the salad area. Now, I also know how to make a really killer salad. It's super easy, delicious, and filling, healthy, all that good stuff. So I usually buy maybe one of these as one of my vegetables. Spinach is kind of a staple piece. I have another awesome recipe for that. It's a garlic spinach, easy to make. Hang on to your Fruit of the Looms, folks. We're heading down to the fruit aisle. One thing I really like about fruit is it serves as a great snack and dessert, especially on this diet. I like to get blueberries because they're lower in sugar and they do provide kind of a quick energy boost if you need one in the middle of your day. These work great on salads, and also if you drizzle some honey on top, you have a nice little dessert. Okay, on to the most popular girl in school, the avocado. Came out of nowhere, but all of a sudden became crazy expensive. The good news is at Walmart, you can actually get a really good deal. It's like $3.50 or something like that for a bag of 4 or 5 little avocados. I like to get them super hard, so give them a squeeze. If they have a little bit of give to them, that means they're perfectly ripe. So by the time you get them home and eat them, they're gonna be bad. So I like to get them while they're hard, and then as soon as I feel a little bit of give to them at my house, I put them in the fridge, and I'll pull just one out at a time, and then I'll kind of eat it as I go. Stopping the party here one more time to finish up about avocados. They are full of healthy fats, and if you don't know what that is, check out the information down below in the link I provided. But without further ado, let's get back to it. All right, so we have the avocados like, I don't know, ugly stepsister here. Potatoes. Now potatoes I really like to use in the mornings because you dice them up, put them in a bowl with some other breakfast foods. They're gonna fill you up really nicely, and the red potatoes don't have very much sugar in them, so it's a really safe bet. Plus it's an affordable, effective way to fill up that belly. All right, sweet, so we got a good amount of vegetables for the week. I have 2 options. I usually get 2 or 3. I have my fresh spinach, my Brussels sprouts, and my lettuce. I have quite a few awesome recipes for all 3 of those that make These taste amazing. So stay tuned throughout the week and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already so that you can check out these recipes that I'll unveil in some shorts throughout the week so that you know what to do with the food that we're buying today. Now, there's going to be some days that you just do not want to cook and clean, and those days I like to use what I call a cheat food. This diet dairy-free cheese pizza is really good for that. It does have 1 gram of sugar in the crust, so just beware of that if you're cutting sugar entirely, but this is a great option just to have in your freezer for those days. Alright, similar to the vegetables, I like to get 2 or 3 meats to last me the week. Hamburger patties are a great way to go, just kind of like with what we were talking about with the pizza. If you're not feeling up to cooking a huge meal, you can buy some frozen burgers, throw them on the Barbie, and you're ready to go. The one thing to check is the back of the box, make sure there's no sugars added, and that it's just 100% beef, because sometimes they throw some weird crap in there. Another really cool option is a skirt steak. This is a cheap steak that people don't really know about. There's a special way to prepare it that makes it taste amazing, and I'll show you how to do that in one of my shorts coming up later on in the next couple weeks. So I do like to grab, like I said, 2 different kinds of meats, 2 or 3. Bacon for me is a must. I put that in my salads. I use it for my breakfast foods. You can do a lot of things with it. So I usually grab that. Just make sure there's no added sugars in the back. Sometimes I see sugar in the ingredient list, but not in the added sugar area. So that's kind of weird to me. It hasn't thrown me off yet, so I usually go for it. But if you're avoiding sugar 100%, then I would dodge this bacon. And there is other bacon that has 100% for sure no sugar in it. Now for my meat selection, I like to mix it up. Every week it's a little bit different. Like I said, I usually have hamburgers in the freezer, but turkey is a good option. It's super quick. You throw it in the pan, sizzle it up. It's ready to go in a minute. You can also get ground chicken. That's super easy and usually pretty cheap. Going back to our meat selection, I do like chicken thighs a lot. They are a little more fatty. They have a great flavor to them, but you can't get tired after a while. And chicken breasts are going to have more meat, a little more protein kind of deal. So I do like to get the free range, the organic. That's just me personally, but this bag here has them all sliced up and ready to go. So you can just throw it in the skillet in the morning and get on your way. Feel free to swing through the dairy section. You're not going to find a lot of things at Walmart, unfortunately. More Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, places like that will have better luck. But you can go find some dairy-free, sugar-free yogurts, some cashew milk yogurts, some dairy-free cheeses. It's super nice to have those things in your pantry. But Walmart, like I said, typically doesn't have them. Now, milk, on the other hand, there's a million alternates: coconut, cashew, soy, whatever. But what I'm trying lately is A2 milk. They say it's super healthy for you and it's easy to digest. So I decided to give it a try this week, and it has been amazing. I've had 0 side effects, 0 problems, and it tastes just like regular delicious creamy milk. So I highly recommend it, and I hope you have success with it too. A big old carton of eggs is never a bad thing. Just pop that bad boy open, feel them up, make sure there's no cracks, no leaking, no broken eggs or anything like that. Now, I do prefer free-range eggs, but if you're on a budget, then you might just have to get regular eggs for now. But that's a staple piece in the kitchen for sure, my friends. For sure. All right, this cart's looking pretty good. We got our meats, we got our vegetables, some milk, fruits, some healthy fats, avocados, things like that. So now let's go down some of the aisles and grab some of the essentials for cooking. When you're cooking all your meals, it is really nice to have some snacks on hand. I actually made a video about safe Walmart snacks you can see right up here in the corner. Check it out, let me know what you think. But here is one that I didn't mention in that video, Gatorade Fit. It's a new brand of Gatorade that has only pretty much healthy ingredients, 0 sugar added, it's sweetened with monk fruit and stevia, which are super safe. So I highly recommended grabbing that if you need a sports drink. All right, now one thing you're definitely gonna need when you're cooking so much is an oil. I like to use classic olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil has a much stronger flavor, so it's good for salads, but I don't particularly like it. Classic olive oil is the way to go for me. Now, some people are very particular about their oil quality. You can get a cheaper oil like canola or vegetable oil, but do your own research. I know they're not particularly super healthy, but they are more affordable. So depending on your budget, just go do your research and do what works best for you. I know you see a lot of spices here, but what I recommend is just getting salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Those 3 alone are going to take you to the finish line and help you cook really delicious food. You can always go up from there. You can Google what to add to what food, but those are the basic 3 that you want to start with. I do like to get backup food sometimes just in case I'm starving and I don't have anything to eat. Tuna is a great thing to add to salad, to eat for a quick lunch, add some mayonnaise. So sometimes I just throw some tuna in my basket just to be safe. Earlier I mentioned canned tomatoes. I like to get like diced fire roasted tomatoes, something fun, you know, some wild and crazy, and add some spice to your life. Just flip it around in the back, make sure there's no added sugars. They will see sugar in them because tomatoes naturally have sugar, but if they're not added, then you're good to go. Pasta sauce can be a little bit tricky because there is usually sugar in them, so just spin it around, check the back. So as you can see, there's a million options, but just try to find one that looks good. This roasted garlic looks good. It's got a good price, $3.98. Spin it around, and I don't see any added sugars. Awesome. Perfect. $4. Here we go. All right, so to supplement our spaghetti sauce, let's go ahead and grab some gluten-free pasta. They do have a lot of veggie pastas here, but there are a lot of times still gluten in the veggie pasta, so always read the back of the box. Let's see what we can find. Walmart doesn't have a lot of gluten-free options, but they do have that cool little tag on it. Here we go. Boy, I like this penne. I haven't had penne in forever, so let's spin it around, see what we got. Corn flour is good, rice flour, no added sugars. Got ourselves a winner. Salsa is always a nice thing to grab too, just in case you want something quick and easy to snack on. They don't have to cook. Again, same process as before. Turn it around, make sure there's no added sugars, and then have at it, buddy. In the same ballpark as potatoes, rice is a great starch that's going to be super cheap and fills you up. I like jasmine rice for whatever reason, I just like it. But you can get even cheaper rice and like a giant bag of it for like pennies. This one tends to surprise people that mayonnaise doesn't have any dairy in it. It is egg based and there's usually no sugar, but as always, flip it around and make sure. Duke's is my favorite brand. It's super creamy and delicious. No affiliation here, but I just really like it. Mustard is usually safe too. Just check the back, make sure the ingredients and the sugar all checks out. As you can see, there's no sugar in this one, nothing added, so you're good to go. Also, Dijon mustard is usually safe too if you're looking to spice things up, pun intended. Over here we have some hot sauce. Most of the hot sauces are good and clean, so go through those. It's pretty much just peppers and whatever, so grab your pick there and you'll be good to go. The one tricky one is going to be ketchup. Now, most ketchups that say sugar-free aren't sugar-free, but this Primal Kitchen is really good. It's a little on the expensive side, but it's really nice to have ketchup that doesn't have anything bad in it. Everything organic in this bad boy. So yeah, squirt it up, bro. LeBron James. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly is one of my favorite things. I can't eat peanut butter anymore. I don't know why. I think I was a serial killer in my previous life and I'm being punished for it now by this cruel and unusual treatment in my body that can't digest anything. What? For you, I would highly recommend getting Justin's. It's a good brand. There's a lot of good brands without sugar in them. And then honey, of course, is a great natural sweetener that you can add that will spike your blood sugar a little bit, but at small doses is totally fine if you're okay with that. All right, that's a wrap. Thanks for joining me on my quest in Walmart to find safe, gluten, sugar, dairy-free food. As you can see, it's not that complicated. It just helps to know what you can eat and where to find it. So I hope this video was helpful in that aspect. I like to get, like I said, a couple meats, a couple veggies, and then a couple fun little things along the way, like onions and yeah, so fun. Onions, avocados, fresh garlic, potatoes, things like that. These things are gonna add fun and flavor to the food, the basic foods that you get, like these vegetables and these meats. So stay tuned, because throughout the week I'm gonna be posting recipes on how to make the best Brussels sprouts you've ever tried in your entire life. That's a guarantee. Also some salads and some fun little things to do with the chicken and things like that. So if you haven't already, please boop that subscribe button so you don't miss any of this delicious content. This is Josiah with Cooked on a Feeling, helping you live a gluten, sugar, dairy-free life without having to give up delicious foods. We'll see you next time, and stay tuned for some recipes. Ciao for now. Now I just gotta remember where I parked. Where the heck did I park?